It was a warm May morning in Ouagadougou in 2025 when Ibrahim Traoré received a dossier that would change everything. His intelligence chief, Major Sankara, entered his office carrying a red folder marked Top Secret. "Mr. President, we've uncovered something about Barron Trump that will shock the world," said Sankara, his voice trembling. At 36, Ibrahim had grown used to handling sensitive information, but something about the major's expression alarmed him. "What is this about?" he asked, motioning for Sankara to sit. "Barron Trump, the son of the American president, is not who he seems. Our agents in Washington have discovered that he's been secretly financing terrorist groups in the Sahel using crypto." Ibrahim frowned. "That's a serious accusation, Major. Are you sure about this?" Sankara opened the folder. Inside were photos, bank records, and transcripts of intercepted communications. "It's all here, sir. Bitcoin transfers totaling $50 million over the past 2 years, directly to terrorist cells attacking our neighbors." Ibrahim examined the documents. At just 19, Barron had built a reputation as a reserved, studious young man. But the evidence revealed a darker truth, a young billionaire using inherited wealth to destabilize Africa. "How did you get this information?" Ibrahim asked. "A Burkinabe hacker infiltrated American servers. He delivered the data to us before disappearing." Ibrahim knew he was holding a geopolitical bombshell. This could shift global alliances overnight. That night, at his official residence, surrounded by his wife Ajara and top advisors, Ibrahim pored over every detail of the file. It was the most difficult decision of his presidency. "If we go public with this," said Foreign Minister Dr. Wettigo, "it will be seen as a declaration of war on the United States. But if we don't," Ajara added, "our people will keep dying in attacks funded by them." Ibrahim rose and looked out the window at the lights of Ouagadougou. "For years, our soldiers have died fighting terrorists. Our citizens live in fear, and now we learn that a member of the American presidential family is financing this violence. I cannot stay silent." Major Sankara laid more evidence on the table. "We have recordings of Barron talking to intermediaries. He uses the codename Desert Eagle. He personally coordinates the funding." Dr. Wettigo sighed. "If you're going to reveal this, it must be undeniable. It can't be seen as revenge or conspiracy." "I know how to do it," Ibrahim said firmly. "We'll show the world live. With all the evidence, let them judge." Fatimata Sawadogo, the Minister of Economy, warned, "Mr. President, this could collapse our markets." "Truth is worth more than money," Ibrahim replied. "Our people deserve to know who's behind their suffering." The decision was made 3 days later. Ibrahim's team was working around the clock to prepare for the most explosive international broadcast in modern history. Communications advisor Yakuba Sawadogo coordinated with CNN, BBC, Al Jazeera, and France 24. Even Fox News confirmed a live slot. "Fox News," Ibrahim chuckled. "Even they'll have to air the downfall of their favorite president's son." Technicians reviewed the digital evidence one last time. "Mr. President," said a cybersecurity expert, "we've confirmed everything. The digital signatures are authentic." Meanwhile, in Palm Beach, Barron Trump was completely unaware. Confident in his encrypted networks and middlemen, he sat in his mansion, video conferencing with a contact in Mali. "Desert Eagle to base. Alpha," he said. "Confirm yesterday's $5 million transfer." "Received, Desert Eagle. Operation scheduled next week," came the reply. Barron ended the call, satisfied. He believed he was building a secret empire, creating chaos through terrorism, and then profiting through private security firms he controlled. It was a diabolical plan. Back in Ouagadougou, Ibrahim was finishing his speech. "Tomorrow, at 3 p.m. local time," he said, "the world will know the truth." On May 15, 2025, at exactly 3 p.m., Ibrahim entered the Grand Hall of the Presidential Palace, now transformed into a television studio. Journalists from 89 countries watched via satellite. In the U.S., it was 10 a.m. when every major network interrupted regular programming. "Dear citizens of the world," Ibrahim began, his tone grave, "today I reveal a truth that will shake humanity." Behind him, a photo of Barron Trump appeared. Barron Trump, son of the U.S. president, is the main financier of terrorist groups in the African Sahel. The hall went dead silent. Across the globe, millions froze in front of their screens. For 2 years, using the code name Desert Eagle, he funneled $50 million in cryptocurrency to terrorist groups. Ibrahim declared he displayed wire transfers, recordings, and photos Barron coordinating deadly attacks, including one that killed Artisan Burkinabe soldiers the previous month. In Palm Beach, Barron, sipping coffee, dropped his cup as notifications flooded his phone. On TV, he saw his face plastered across every channel. "What the fuck?" he shouted, shaking. Ibrahim's voice continued on screen, unwavering. "We have his voice approving attacks. Listen." The room filled with audio. "Approved. Proceed with the attack on the school in Gaza." In Washington, President Trump watched in stunned silence. "This can't be real," he whispered. Barron called him frantic. Dad, they have everything. Trump hung up. Moments after the broadcast, Barron's phone rang non-stop. Reporters, officials, friends all demanding answers. He locked himself in his room, panicked, trying to wipe his hard drives. It was too late. CNN aired protests erupting outside the White House. Barron terrorist and Trump crime family. Read the signs. Anderson Cooper was speechless. In 30 years, I've never seen anything like this. Markets plummeted. The Dow lost 800 points in 10 minutes. Trump companies tanked by 60%. Barron tried calling Melania. No answer. His brothers, phones off. He was alone. How did it come to this? He whispered, recalling Eric Prince's promise. You'll be the young king of geopolitics. Now, at 19, he was facing life in prison. FBI agents arrived at the mansion. Barron Trump, you are under arrest. They yelled, storming in. On Fox News, chaos reigned. A visibly shaken Tucker Carlson stammered through his broadcast. In the White House, Trump was livid. How could this happen under our noses? Meanwhile, in Burkina Faso, Ibrahim watched Barron's arrest live. Justice, he said simply. The fallout was massive. Barron, now in a federal prison in Miami under suicide watch, broke during interrogation. I started 2 years ago. He sobbed. Eric Prince said we'd make billions by destabilizing Africa and selling them solutions. He'd used a $100 million trust fund from his grandfather. I didn't know real people would die, he cried. The tapes leaked. Public outrage exploded. Trump's political career imploded. His own party demanded resignation. In cities across America, protests erupted. Justice for Africa, they chanted. Melania issued a rare public statement. I am devastated by my son's actions. As a mother, I failed. As an American, I apologize. Leaders around the world called Ibrahim to commend his courage. The president of France said, you did what none of us dared challenge American power with truth. Pope Francis wrote him personally. Your bravery is a Christian example. Ibrahim trended globally. So did Barron. Burkina Faso became a beacon of moral leadership. Foreign investments surged. Universities were built. Integrity had brought prosperity. Eric Prince was arrested in Switzerland. His global network dismantled. 6 months later, Barron's trial began in Miami, the trial of the century. Now 20, gaunt and broken, Barron faced a world he could no longer deceive. Ibrahim flew to Miami as the prosecution's star witness. Supporters welcomed him at the airport, chanting hero Ibrahim. In court, he testified, Barron Trump financed the murder of 23 of our young soldiers, men his own age. Barron couldn't meet his eyes. The evidence was staggering. 847 transactions, 200 hours of tapes, 50 witnesses. Barron's lawyers blamed Eric Prince. My client was manipulated, they said, but Ibrahim's rebuttal silenced the room. At 19, I was already a soldier. Age is no excuse for funding terror. Applause broke out. On the final day, Barron addressed the court. I apologize to President Ibrahim, the victims' families, and the people of Africa. My arrogance caused this. I accept whatever punishment is just. The verdict came in December 2025. Guilty on all counts: terrorism financing, conspiracy, crimes against humanity. Sentence, life without parole. Barron, now 20, said nothing. He treated lives like pawns. The judge said, outside Ibrahim declared, today, justice has prevailed. No billionaire is above the law, not when African lives are at stake. 1 year later, Burkina Faso was thriving. Ibrahim had become a global icon. Universities offered him honorary degrees. Time named him Person of the Year. You've shown David can defeat Goliath, Nelson Mandela Jr. told him. Meanwhile, Barron Trump languished in prison. No visitors, no future, a cautionary tale of arrogance and greed. On a peaceful May evening in 2026, Ibrahim walked the palace gardens with Ajara. You saved our region, she whispered. You saved Africa. He looked at the stars and replied, I only prove that truth is stronger than money.